This is section 4 for finding midpoints using the midpoint formula. So previous videos, we used the midpoint formula to find midpoints of segments when we know the endpoints. We even went backwards with that process. Here's another application that you're going to see a lot in geometry. In this figure, C is the midpoint of segment AB. We need to find the value of X. And we also need to find 3 other things, and we need to make sure that we read these correctly. It looks like a capital A with a capital C beside it. We don't read it as AC. We read that as the length of segment AC, or the distance from A to C. So we need to find that. We need to find the distance from C to B, and we need to find the distance from A to B. I have this worked out already, just so you can kind of see the work there. If C is the midpoint, what that means is segment AC and segment CB are the same length. So notice how A to C they're telling you is 2 times a number, or 2x. From C to B is 5 times the same number minus 6, or 5x minus 6. We don't know what those lengths really are as one numerical value, but we know that those lengths must be the same. So what we do is, to solve for that missing value, we're going to set up an equation. That's why we studied equations in algebra, so we could do problems like this. Model this situation with an equation. A to C must be equal to C to B. So that's 2x must be the same thing as 5x minus 6. We don't know what those lengths are, but we know they have to be equal. Let's figure out what x is. Let's try to get all of the x's together on one side. In this particular case, the left side makes sense. So we're going to subtract 5x from both sides. When you do that, the 5x on the right side of the equation is going to disappear because 5x minus 5x is 0. 0 minus 6 gives you that negative 6. On the left side, we have 2x minus 5x, which is negative 3x. So we have an equivalent equation, negative 3x equals negative 6. We want to get x by itself, so we want to undo this operation, negative 3 times x. To undo that operation, you're going to divide, and we're going to divide by the same exact coefficient that x has. Divide both sides by negative 3. That's going to leave you with x equals positive 2. That's your value of x. That's the mystery number. And that's really the key to the whole problem, because if you have that, you could find all of the other things they're asking you to find. Keep in mind they ask you to find 4 things. Well, we know that x is 2. So on your notes, if you're following along, put a 2 beside the x. We need to find how far it is from A to C. We know that's really 2 times the x value, and the x value is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So A to C is 4. From C to B, we have an expression, 5 times our x minus 6. That's 5 times 2 minus 6. 10 minus 6 is 4. A to C is 4. C to B is 4. Think about that. Are you surprised that they're the same? You shouldn't be. They have to be the same because C is the midpoint. If you're ever solving a problem like this where they tell you that that point C is a midpoint and then your 2 segment lengths on either side of point C aren't the same, you messed up. Okay, last thing, A to B. If we know A to C is 4 and C to B is 4, then A to B is 8. That's your segment addition postulate again, remember. You're adding 2 little segments to get a big segment length. So already we're kind of applying things we've learned in previous lessons. The next one is exactly the same. I just kind of switched up some of the lengths, switched up some of the names of the points, but you're doing the same exact thing. You're going to find the missing variable. You're going to find 3 segment lengths. So you need 4 total things. Work this one out on your own. Pause the video. We'll go over it in a second. If x is the midpoint, you know that those 2 segment lengths are equal. So set them equal. And again, you could write your equation as a plus 11 equals 2a minus 5. Or if you want to, I think this probably helps a lot of us if you do it this way. Write the equation as 2a minus 5 on the left equals a plus 11 on the right. That's going to help you because when you subtract a from both sides, your a's are already on left. And I think for the most part, that just makes everybody more comfortable. So if you have the option of setting up your equation, do it that way. So when you subtract a from both sides, you're going to get a minus 5 equals 11. You need a by itself, so add 5 to both sides. And when you do that, you're going to get a equals 16. So that's the value of your variable, a equals 16. Plug it back in. How far is it from W to X? Well, we know it's a plus 11, and we know that a is 16. 16 plus 11 is 27. How far is it from X to Y? It'll be 2 times 16, which is 32, minus 5, 27. Again, you get the same length there. Those 2 lengths must be the same. They're both 27. How far is it from W to Y? 27 plus 27 be 54. If you guys have any questions with these, don't be afraid to reach out.